Welcome back to Make It Mental, everybody. So, when you're starting to sleeve your axle, how do you know how far down to go? Well, that one was pretty easy. I just slid it all the way down to the gear because the gear is held in place by this piece of plastic I custom fitted there. So that cannot move anywhere. So then we see the wear point on this particular axle set somewhere right about there. So I'm going to continue softly beating down the wheel assembly onto the axle using a soft piece of pine. As you can see, the indentations there, and it's still creating some deformities in here. Not bad, totally acceptable, but that's why you want to hit it, rotate, hit, rotate, hit, rotate, hit, rotate. Just keep doing that periodically, off and on, off and on, off and on. Use as light as force as possible, and then gradually increase your force if you feel like you're not getting anywhere, but don't beat it down severely like you're trying to set a 16 penny nail down into a piece of hickory. Right? So just slowly take your time, maybe even use a drop of WD-40, such as what I have done right here. It does make life a little bit easier. This is a still very nice tight fit. Let's see if we can zoom up out in there, see if the brass is still up in there. The brass has gone beyond the wheel just a hair bit. Maybe I'm hitting just a little bit too hard. Let's see what it looks like on the inside here. Yeah, it's starting to poke through a little bit, but it was poking through to begin with. And that's okay. I think we're going to live with it. Everything is going to be stretched out and moved out. Just take your time. It'll work. I mean, you look at this one right here. Totally successful. Appears to be back out. And it appears to be spinning true. Roll it down there. It looks like it's spinning true. So it looks like we're on the right track. I'm at the point now where I'm getting so close where I tap it a couple of times, then recheck where my wear mark is. If you have a brand new axle, this might be harder for you, but I have bench tested my motor to this axle with bearings on it, so that's why we have a little bit of a wear mark right there. So that makes it for a good identifier on where things are going to be. And if you're using bearings, ball bearings, that might be a little more difficult. You might not get the wear pattern, but it is what it is. Just take your time. There is no hurry on any kind of custom job, any kind of custom application at all. However, be warned, this is probably not going to be serviceable at all without destroying something. If you need to replace a bushing, a gear, or something like that, you might as well just order another axle, another gear. Like in this particular case, I used a gear from a drone, and it is what it is. Just hit it a couple times, turn it over, and check where you are. That's where I am right now. It appears to me that we're there now. It just took a couple more hits. Hit it a couple times, rotate it, hit it a couple more times, and always flipping the axle back over to see where my wear mark is, and it looks like that is it. I might have gone a little bit too far. So there's what it looks like installed, and it is rolling still very smoothly. All right, hope the camera can perceive that. Nice wide tires. Now I'll probably have to take my rotary tool and widen out the fenders a little bit so that way they don't touch. But that's no big deal. That's very, very minor. That way we can get the body to sit down there. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap where the exhaust is supposed to mount, so I have to hog out some of this plastic here on the body. I don't think it's going to be necessary on the front because I'm going to recess the front tire in just a little bit. That should give it definitely a make it mental look for sure.